Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's video newsletter, I am of the opinion that one of the most important charts out there right now is the daily chart of the Nasdaq. You can see that we've got this squeeze that has a mature formation. Essentially, the red dots have been in place for a couple of weeks now, and that tells us that essentially the market's kind of compressed and a little bit of a range, and that range is not going to be there forever, right? Eventually, we are going to break up or break down, and it's just telling you to start getting ready for that directional move. Now, the toughest part about this is I actually can see both sides of it, which is to say, yeah, it could break short. You see that little gap? That's kind of what it's having a little bit of trouble getting through right now. I mostly am wanting to play this in favor of the 5 EMA that continues to raise up. Obviously, you start getting much below that. We'll watch for any signs of breaking. But when I say it could really kind of be both, think about this squeeze, where the really good directional move was bullish, but here for 2 or 3 days, it was a pretty sharp shove back down. I just want to show you that something like this could set up, the move that takes us into 22,735. So again, mostly leaning bullish, looking for spots to buy, not getting married to the idea and being willing to be flexible if it starts to break. But after trying to figure out that Nasdaq chart, I think you go to Apple. This is the one name that, I say that, NVIDIA obviously very important in all of your Mag 7s, but as we saw today, Apple was very strong in the face of a weak market, and you also have a pattern here that I think is really interesting. Notice that as you study symmetry, you can look at this swing high against this swing low, and if we look at that move from a point-based value and say, how much was that little downdraft? Well, it was almost exactly the same as this downdraft. Notice that measured move would take you to 227.61, and that is where you've rebounded from. So the thing that's interesting about that is that if this remains support, the 618 retracement of the decline is going to be your next major decision. And that's right there, just a little shy of 239. But if you get through this spot right here, the 1272 extension at 253 would be the target. And if you start getting up in, that far into this, you're not going to be very far from a new lifetime high. So I just feel like the squeeze in Apple is going to mimic or help lead what we see for the squeeze in the Nasdaq. And those are going to be some of the most important directional moves. Again, give me into the end of March. By then, we should see full completion of these signals. We'll see if that bullish path is underway or not. But I hope you find that helpful in your analysis. Have a great rest of your night. I hope to see you in the chat room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.